progress.
Jeff, what happened on that 96-yard drive?
A lot of dink and dunk and quick game and screens and bubbles. Collectively not setting good enough edges, not pursuing like we have, leaky yards in the run game, communication at times. It was a lot of stuff, and it's absolutely not our standard. You know, to give up a 96-yard drive is it's not acceptable by any means.
Jeff, it seems like the last few weeks, tight ends have been making some big plays on you guys. Can you pinpoint like what the issue's been there with that kind of area of the field, I guess?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a reoccurring issue from the standpoint of a schematic answer either way. We played some good tight ends that are going to get their yards. Definitely have to provide better answers for the players from a schematic standpoint, which I can do, absolutely do, and get better matchups and help when we need to help. But it's not been a reoccurring thing from a schematic standpoint.
Jeff, is it deflating for a defense when you come out, you get a takeaway right off the bat, hand the offense the ball at the 16-yard line, and they only come away with a field goal?
No, like this group of players on defense is so much about the team and whatever it takes. And, you know, like they've got that mindset that, you know, we got to do whatever's necessary to win this game. There's games where the offense has done some things for us and bailed us out and vice versa. So ultimately we go as a team, we win as a team, we lose as a team. And, you know, they have a fantastic attitude when it comes to things like that, you know, whether it be turnovers, a lack of scoring, whatever the case may be. They all year long have been very consistent as far as their approach is concerned.
Hey, Jeff, it seems like in the last couple of weeks, maybe a little longer, maybe teams are, you mentioned the dinking and dunking. It seems like that might be a trend, and also a lot of crossing routes, short stuff against you guys. Do you think maybe after being such a good defense for such a long part of the year, do you think maybe teams have just found some weaknesses that they've been exploiting in recent weeks?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's necessarily weakness. I say it's more of trying to avoid our strength. You know, like when you drop back on us, it's a problem because our defensive line is rushing at a really high level, and the back end is doing a good job making it hard and creating the hitch and giving the defensive line the time. You know, we have a foundation and we have a philosophy about not giving up explosives, you know, and that's a big part of who we are. And at times, if offenses are patient enough, they're going to make some yards that way and they're going to move the ball a little bit. But we really believe at the end of the day, if you try to walk up and down the field on us that way, it's not going to work. It's not going to be successful over the course of a game. Can I help the players and tighten it up, play a little bit more single high man, match things? I can. And if that continues to be a trend, I absolutely will. But, you know, that's kind of it's the negative of the style of play we play at times.
Jeff, I know we've asked you about Sauce a lot this year. He got the Pro Bowl nod the other day, as well as CJ and Quinnen. Just you know, for a rookie to get that honor, what does that say about his season?
It's huge. You know, his talent from the day he stepped in this building has been undeniable. His approach is the stuff that's I think it's impressed us the most. You know, he approaches this game like a veteran already. So excited for him and his future and to think he made the Pro Bowl and he is absolutely just scratching the surface of what he can become, you know, and I would attribute a lot of that to DJ Reed, you know, and Tony Oden, his corner coach. Tony's given him the structure, he's given him the guidance, the teaching, the tutelage, and then DJ has provided the greatest example that he could have had as a rookie. So as far as just how to operate on a day-to-day basis as a pro, because he does it at the highest level. And then CJ, just like that makes my heart happy because there is no human within this game that works as hard as he does and is as consistent as he is and means as much to a defense as he does. So for him to get the nod is huge. And then Quinnen, I think that was the absolute most obvious one. You know, I think really right now he's probably playing as dominant as any defensive player, not just defensive lineman in this league.
Jeff, you mentioned DJ. Do you think, having said what you said, do you think he kind of got, I don't know if snubbed is the right word, but, he got maybe overlooked in that whole Pro Bowl voting process?
Yeah, that can happen sometimes, like I've always felt like for a guy like DJ, who's not necessarily today a household name, could he become that? I absolutely believe he can. Sometimes he needs that exceptional year, which I would say this year was that for him. Get some off season of some noise and some attention, and then back that up with another stellar year. And I think it's a no brainer that he gets in. I think Sauce not only had the ability and he played well, but he had some attention, fanfare coming in, which helped. Not to discredit anything from the accomplishment of making the Pro Bowl.
Jeff, it looked like Jermaine and Clemens got a little more run last night. I know they both had setbacks with the illness and the ankle. Do you feel like you want to get them in a little bit more here at the end of the season and kind of, give them a chance to show what they can do?
Yeah, I'm so excited about the future of both those guys. They both bring such an exceptional skill set and they've showed such promise as rookies. And to think that both of them are nowhere near what they can become as players. So, this would be a great op down the stretch just to see their evolution and see how their growth and get their ops out there. Last night was it was a case of we played more reps than we had to. We were on the field longer than we should have been. Couldn't get off the field, and that's absolutely on us. The more those guys play, the better they'll be.
Jeff, Robert is obviously known for being a very positive person. The positive vibes only thing and all that stuff. I'm curious, as someone who obviously works very closely with him, how has he handled this 4-game losing streak, the way the season has ended in your eyes?
As well as any coach I've ever been around. I think players, they look for consistency in these times, that not all of a sudden reinventing the wheel and becoming someone that they're not. And I think he has absolutely, showed everybody in this building, this organization, the players, the front office, everybody, what he's made of, and that no matter what adversity hits us, that we can count on him to being the same man that can lead this organization in the direction it needs to go.